Do you know there has been a rumored family to pull the strings behind the scenes and secretly rule the world? It is whispered that a small group of individuals hold the true power in the world. You might be wondering how they've kept this secret for so long. Their wealth, political connections, and control over key industries have enabled them to keep their true power and influence shrouded in secrecy. But their existence has been hinted at for years, and now we can finally investigate the family who may be the real global rulers. Hello and welcome to The Hidden Agenda. Today, we will show you the family that is ruling the entire world secretly. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel to get more exciting videos about anything in history. If you're familiar with conspiracy theories, you've probably heard of the Rothschild family. The Rothschild family has been considered the wealthiest family in the world for a long time. The Rothschilds made good investments and earned a good name in Europe for how well they handled money. People say they weigh $500 billion, and some say they have $100 trillion worth of money power. Even today, the Rothschild family still has a lot of money. Let's see how it all started. The founder, Mayer Amschel Rothschild. The name Rothschild comes from the German zum Roten Schild, which means at the Red Shield. This refers to the family's home in the ghetto where many generations of people lived. Mayer Amschel Rothschild was the founder of this family. He lived from 1744 to 1812. He grew up in Frankfurt's Schönegasse, a narrow street where all 3,000 of the city's Jewish people were forced to live. But Mayer Rothschild learned how to run a business when he was young. His father, Amschel Moses Rothschild, was involved with the silk business. One of Mayer's first jobs was sorting coins that people from all over the region bought and sold at Frankfurt's twice-yearly trade fairs. When he was 12, both of his parents died of smallpox. He lived with his relatives for a while. Then they sent him to Hanover to work for Simon Wolf Oppenheimer, a well-known Jewish banker. There, Mayer learned about international trade and finance and saw rare coins from ancient Rome, Persia, and the Byzantine Empire, among other places. Princes and other wealthy men were the ones who kept these coins. The Jewish men who did business with them were called court Jews or court factors, which means they did business with nobles. Mayer Rothschild went back to Frankfurt when he was 19 and worked with his brothers in the business that their father owned. He got Crown Prince Wilhelm of Hesse to support him, which helped him make connections with other nobles. Crown Prince Wilhelm was later known as William IX, Landgrave of Hesse-Kassel. In 1769, Wilhelm gave Mayer the title of court factor, which meant that Mayer had done work for royalty. He also permitted Mayer to hang a shield with the coat of arms of Hesse and Hanau from his house. He got married to Gutel Schnapper in 1770. There were 5 boys and 5 girls in the family. The Rothschild footprint, control, and expansion. During the French Revolution, the Rothschild bank empire grew quickly. Mayer Rothschild helped Britain pay for the hiring of Hessian soldiers as mercenaries. But he made a brilliant move. Rothschild sent some of his sons to live in Naples, Vienna, Paris, and London in the early 1800s. He also kept one son in Frankfurt. Since Mayer Rothschild's children lived all over Europe, the 5 connected branches became the first bank to work across borders. Over many centuries, lending money to governments to pay for war operations gave the Rothschilds family a lot of chances to buy bonds and make more money in a wide range of industries. But it's clear that he won't always be there to protect his family, so he thought of a plan. Can you figure it out? Before he died, Mayer Rothschild gave his heirs very clear instructions about how to handle the family finances. He wanted the money to stay in the family, so he will set up a strict patrilineal system of succession in which title and property could only be passed down through the male line, and female descendants couldn't inherit anything directly. This made it easier for family members to marry each other. Male descendants of Mayer Rothschild got married 36 times between 1824 and 1877. 30 of them married someone from the same family. Most people married their first or second cousins. Only 4 Rothschild women and 2 Rothschild men married people who were not related to them during this time. The following generation. By the time the sons of the 5 founding brothers joined the business, the Rothschilds were polished, refined, and naturalized to the point where they could blend into leadership positions without losing any of their family traits. It's possible that the education of the young Rothschilds and the very worldly lives of the heads of the different houses played a role in this change. On the other hand, the Rothschilds had just as much of an effect on their country's economies and politics as they did on themselves. Alphonse was the head of an international banking syndicate. In 1871 and 1872, he successfully placed the 2 great French loans known as Liberation Loans after France's defeat by Prussia. He could boast without immodesty that his influence had maintained the chief of the French government, Adolphe Thiers, in power. At the same time, in 1875, Lionel had been a member of the House of Commons in London since 1858, and he was able to give £4 million to the British government in just a few hours. This gave the British government the most shares in the Suez Canal Company, and the 2 cousins had obviously become important people in their own countries. Mayer's 5 sons were made barons of the Austrian Empire. A Rothschild was the first Jew to be elected to the British Parliament, and another was the first to be promoted to the British peerage. Since the beginning, the head of the British branch of the family has been seen as the unofficial leader of the Jews in Britain. After the Nazis took over the Austrian house, the only families still doing banking were the British and French ones. But we must mention a significant event. Between 2003 and 2008, the British and French houses were merged, and boom, this brought the Rothschild family business back together for the first time in almost 200 years. Control over the whole world. You may also come across a quote that is said to be from Nathan Rothschild. "I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply." And it is in a 2004 article in the British newspaper, The Independent. Still, it's pretty powerful, huh? Just what you would expect from a major player in the international Jewish plot. After a book came out that lied about the family's history, the family kept a low profile. This led to a lot of legends about the Rothschild family, which matched up with the conspiracies that followed. In America, it meant the Morgan family owns the Democratic Party, the Rockefeller family owns the Republican Party, and the Rothschild family owns both. As the Rothschild family's reputation for secrecy grew, rumors began to circulate that the family was behind numerous conspiracies. They have been linked to the missing Malaysian airliner, the 9/11 attacks, and the sinking of the Titanic. But there is no strong proof for these conspiracies. You might be wondering where the family is these days. The Rothschild family doesn't make a lot of noise these days. This has led many conspiracy theorists to believe that they run the world from behind the scenes. Some people think that the Rothschilds started international banking because they were one of the first people to invest in international government projects in the colonies and make a lot of money from it. What do you think about it? Please let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.